This is the remaining answer of the example. Now find bending moment due to self-weight. That's why self-weight equals to cross-sectional area into density of concrete. We know density of concrete, that is 24, and we calculate the cross-sectional area, that is 13000 into 10 raised to the power of minus 6 into density of concrete, that is 24. If we calculate this, we got self-weight of the beam, that is 0.312 kilonewton per meter. Now find bending moment. First of all, bending moment due to dead load. We just calculate self-weight of the beam, that is 0.312, and we know span length of the span, that is 4.5 meter. Put all the values in formula of bending moment due to dead load for UDL, that is WL square divided by 8. That is W is self-weight of the beam, that is 0.312 into span length, that is 4.5 divided by 8, and calculate this. We got the answer. Bending moment due to dead load is equals to 0.789 kilonewton meter. Convert it in Newton mm, that is MD equals to 0.789 into 10 raised to the power of 6 Newton mm. Now find bending moment due to live load. In problem given that there are 2 unit load, the beam is carry concentrated load of 5 kilonewton acting at each 1/3 span over an effective span of 4.5 meter. There are 2 concentrated load 5 kilonewton each and total span is 4.5 meter, and 5 kilonewton is acting at 1/3 span. From that, draw diagram. Now maximum bending moment at mid span. That's why calculate reactions, that is RA and RB equals to 5 kilonewton. That's why bending moment due to live load is equals to 5 into 2.25 into minus 5 into 0.75. If we calculate this, we got bending moment due to live load is 7.5 into 10 raised to the power of 6 Newton mm. Now at transfer stage, means at initial stage, pre-stressing force plus self-weight is given in a problem, that is resultant stress at top fiber is equals to 0. That's why resultant stress is the addition of all the stresses. That means stress due to pre-stressing force plus stress due to eccentricity plus stress due to dead load is equals to resultant stress, that means 0 is given in a problem. Condition is given in a problem. That's why I put all the values, we know equals to 0. We got the first equation in this form. Now at working stage, that means pre-stressing force plus self-weight plus live load, given that resultant stress in bottom, that is minus 1.5. That's why resultant stress is minus 1.5. Resultant stress is the addition of all the forces at bottom. That's why resultant stress at bottom, resultant pre-stressing force at bottom plus eccentricity, stress due to eccentricity plus stress due to bending moment due to dead load plus stress due to live load is equals to minus 1.5. If we put all the values and solve, we got another equation, that is equation number 2. Now solve both equations. Solving equation 1 and 2 simultaneously, we got pre-stressing force is 208.67 into 10 raised to the power of 3 Newton. Now P into E equals to is the eccentricity, put P into E equals to 5310.39 into 10 raised to the power of 3. From that, calculate eccentricity E equals to 5310.39 into 10 raised power of 3 divided by P. We got E equals to, E means eccentricity, that is 25.40 mm. Now find initial pre-stressing force. We know stress into area is the formula to calculate initial pre-stressing force. Put all the values, that is initial pre-stressing force, we just calculate 208.67 into 10 raised power of 3 is equals to stress is 1200 into cross sectional area. In problem we have to find the number of wires required, that's why n is the number of wires. Initial pre-stressing force is 208.67 into 10 raised power of 3 is equals to stress is 1200 into pi by 4 into d square. D is given, that is 4 square. We have to find number of wires, that's why multiply it by n into pi by 4 into d square, that is 4 square. If we calculate this, we got capital N means number of wires, that is 13.85. Approximately n equals to 14 wires are required. This is the final answer. Now the another concept, that is bent up tendon. In previous we see straight tendon problems. Now in this we have to find the stresses for bent up tendon in pre-stressed concrete. Now first of all, this is the straight tendon, this is the beam, this is a straight tendon, this is the neutral axis of the beam. In bent up tendon, the tendon is bent at middle section, that's why P is the pre-stressing force from both sides. This is the tendon which is bent at middle, that's why these are the angles are created, that means theta. E is the eccentricity, W is the load acted on the beam. From this the component stresses of the beam are here. Suppose this is the resultant stress and these are the component stresses. From that, suppose this is the component stresses of the beam. Here is the middle section, that is we know component stresses, here P cos theta, here P cos theta, and this is the middle portion of this. This is the common, that's why it is P sin theta plus P sin theta, that means 2P sin theta. Now W is the load acted, here is P cos theta, and upward side, that is 2P sin theta from this component stresses diagram. Now this is the cross section at support and this is the cross section at midspan. At midspan there is an eccentricity. In case of bent up tendon, the upward force 2P sin theta is produced due to the tendon which decrease the net external load. From that, this 2P sin theta is produced due to tendon which decrease the net external load. The tendon decrease the net external load, that's why 2P sin theta is produced. Now the net external load is equals to W minus 2P sin theta. Now axial horizontal force is equals to P cos theta. Cos theta is very small, that's why cos theta is negligible, and axial horizontal force is equals to P. Now from that the stress analysis are given for bent up tendon. First, stress due to pre-stressing force, that is same as that of straight tendon, that is P by A. Now, stress due to eccentricity at midspan at top, that is minus P into E divided by ZT. Stress due to eccentricity midspan at bottom, that is P into E divided by ZB. Third one, stress due to self weight at top, that is MD upon ZT, and stress due to self weight at bottom, that is minus MD upon ZB. Now, fourth point is stress due to downward load, that is live load. Net downward load is equals to W minus 2P sin theta, and bending moment due to due to live load is equals to W minus 2P sin theta into L divided by 4. Means we know WL by 4. W is net downward load, that is W minus 2P sin theta. That's why here is W minus 2P sin theta by L divided by 4. At top, ML upon ZT, and at bottom minus ML upon ZB. Now, start another problem on bent up tendon. First of all, read the problem carefully. In this problem, a pre-stressed concrete beam, rectangular in cross section, 400 mm wide and 600 mm deep. The effective pre-stressing force is 1200 kN. Calculate the extreme fiber stresses at midspan section, where eccentricity E is equals to 140 mm. In this problem, cross-sectional area is 400 mm wide and 600 mm deep. Means dimensions of a beam is given, that is B is 400 mm and D is 600 mm. Effective pre-stressing force is also given, that is 1200 kN. Calculate extreme fiber stresses at midspan section, where eccentricity E equals to 140 mm. E is also given, and we have to calculate the extreme fiber stresses at midspan. From this sentence, there is a bent up tendon problem. That's why put all the formulas of bent up tendon and analyze this beam. First of all, draw a simple diagram. This is the rectangular section of the beam. 400 mm is the width, 600 mm is the depth of the beam, and E is the eccentricity is given, that is 140 mm. This is the cross-sectional area, cross-section at midspan. From that, this is the bent up tendon problem. That's why E is given, that is E is 140 mm. These are the angles, and the effective pre-stressing force is 1200 mm is given. Now, first of all, write given data. Initial pre-stressing force is given in a problem, P equals to 1200 kN. From that, draw a diagram. That is, this is 140 mm and we know this is 3 meter. That means 300 mm. We know total span is 600 mm deep. That's why the half of this is 300 mm, means 3 meter, and this length is 140 mm. From this, we have to calculate this length. From that, draw this diagram. Tan theta equals to opposite side upon adjacent side. That's why 140 is the opposite side and is the adjacent side, that is 3 meter, means 3000 mm. Calculate on calci. We got theta that is 2.67 degree. Now calculate cross sectional area of the beam, that is 600 into 400 mm. If we calculate this, we got 240000 mm square. Now YT and YB. YT is distance of centroidal axis from top fiber from neutral axis, or YB is distance of centroidal axis from bottom, that is D by 2. D is 600 mm, divided by 2, we got 300 mm YT and YB. Now find I, that is moment of inertia for rectangular beam, is BD cube upon 12. That's why 400 into 600 cube divided by 12, we got moment of inertia for rectangular section is 7.2 into 10 raised to the power of 9 mm raised to 4. Now calculate section modulus at top fiber and bottom fiber. ZT equals to ZB equals to I upon Y. Put I value and Y. 7.2 into 10 raised to the power of 9 divided by 300. If we calculate this, we got ZT and ZB is equals to 24 into 10 raised to the power of 6 mm cube. Now the another step is find bending moment due to self-weight. We know how to find self-weight of the beam, that is cross-sectional area into density of concrete. We know density. We also calculate cross-sectional area of the beam. Put all the values and calculate self-weight of the beam, that is 5.76 kilonewton per meter. From that, calculate bending moment due to dead load, that is WL square divided by 8. We just calculate self-weight of the beam, and we also know the span of the beam, that is 6 meter. Put values WD and L and calculate. We got MD equals to 25.92 into 10 raised to the power of 6 Newton mm. Now second one, find bending moment due to live load. That's why ML equals to W minus, for bending moment due to live load for bent up section, the formula to calculate is W minus 2p sin theta into L divided by 4. This is the net downward force, net downward load, W minus 2p sin theta. That's why put all the values and calculate ML, that is bending moment due to live load, is 102.29 into 10 raised to the power of 6 Newton mm. Now find stress analysis. First of all, stress due to pre-stressing force is equals to P upon A at top and bottom, both are same. That's why 1200 into 10 raised to the power of 3 divided by 240000. If we calculate this, we got stress due to pre-stressing force is equals to 5 Newton per mm square at top and bottom. Now stress due to eccentricity at midspan. At midspan means this is the bent up tendon problem. That's why at top minus P into E divided by ZT. Put all the values and calculate. We got stress due to eccentricity at midspan, that is minus 7 Newton per mm square, and stress due to eccentricity at bottom, that is equals to P into E divided by ZB is equals to 7 Newton per mm square. Now calculate stress due to self-weight of the beam, that is at top MD upon ZT. MD we just calculate 25.92 into 10 raised to the power of 6 divided by ZT, that is 24 into 10 raised to the power of 6. If we calculate this, we got stress due to self-weight at top, that is 1.08 Newton per mm square. Now calculate stress due to self-weight at bottom, minus MD upon ZB, that is equals to 25.92 into 10 raised to the power of 6 divided by 24 into 10 raised to the power of 6. If we calculate this, we got answer 1.08 Newton per mm square, that is tensile, minus 1.08 Newton per mm square. This is the whole problem on bent up section. In next lecture, we will see tendon with parabolic cable profile.